Hello, fellow Steemians. Today we're going to talk about how to spice up your post. And I've basically narrowed it down to 6 things. And these are all things that anybody can do. Number one, it needs to be written well. Number two, it needs to be organized and formatted well. Number three, you need to have some styling. Number four, you've got to have some good images. Number five, it needs to be short and to the point. And number six, this is not mandatory, but I recommend developing some kind of a niche post that you can do on a fairly regular basis. So what I've done today is I have selected 5 posts from my own personal feed, so people that I happen to follow, that fit the descriptions of the things that we'll be talking about. And I'm just going to show you examples of how it's done. So let's take a look at post number 1. This one is by Steemtopia. He actually does a lot of comedy posts, but this one is interesting. It's a fitness challenge, and he's been doing it for 118 days. And what he does here is he talks about maybe he'll pick a specific challenge for everybody to do. He'll show how it's done, and then make a joke about how don't do it. And then what he does is he has a daily update, and he makes a chart of everyone that's involved. And he shows his own progress, and he'll even show pictures of himself. And then so here's the challenge, and then you choose what to do, the conditions, the advice. And then he has pictures that he has a link to his pictures, a link to his original post, and then a challenge of all. This is a chart of all the users that are involved. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's kind of boring, actually. Like, this one is not like, oh, this is so amazing. This is really simply informative, but it's well organized. It's written well. It's not very long. The pictures are quick and easy to follow. He's got it stylized. See, he's got headings. He has bullet points. He has some links. He has, listed people so they can feel special. He has quotations here. So I like this post for all of those reasons. Let's take a look at another one. This one is by Improv. He's one of my favorite ones as well. He does these 5-minute free writes. They're so funny. They're so random. And so what he'll do is at the top of the post, he'll post the link to the free write challenge. So in this case, it was Marianne West who did the challenge, and the prompt was coconut. So he gets to write about a coconut, and then he writes for 5 minutes, and then he has to stop the clock. That's it. That's all he does. And he does them like every day. And this is kind of his niche thing. And they're really funny. And sometimes they get votes and sometimes they don't. Like today, he's only got 67 cents worth. But does he do them every day? The answer would be yes, even if they only make 10 cents. Okay, that's a good one that I like. I like him because he's reliable. His stuff is funny. It's quirky. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting when you click on his stuff. So same thing with Steemtopia. You know what you're getting every time. It's really consistent. It doesn't to say that they don't do other random stuff. Like, they can post whatever they want, but they have a couple of posts that they do kind of the same every time. Okay, this one is Art Zanolino. He's probably my favorite artist on here. He does kind of a collage photography painting type of a thing. Okay, so I like his because he keeps his posts fairly simple and short. He says, I added an artwork of one of the regular visitors to tropical gardens here on Curacao, the hummingbird. So he makes that picture. And then he talks about, things that are related to his picture. And then he has his little logo at the bottom every time. Another thing that he does is he has an honor roll of people that visit him. And that's kind of nice. I am apparently not on there, so shame on me. But these are people that regularly vote him up. So let's vote him up right now just because we feel a little guilty about that. Oh, I just gave him 30 cents. Woohoo. Okay. He's just one of my favorites. Love, love, love his stuff. Okay, let's look at eroded thoughts. Eye of the beholder, curation winners. One thing I like about eroded thoughts, as well as all of these guys, is that he does a lot of stuff that contributes to the community. So what he's done that I like here is he's picked some kind of catchy photos. Like when you look at this in a thumbnail, you're going to see this big eyeball and it'll be catchy. And so then he writes for a little bit. But look what he's done. He's actually centered his text. I don't center my text unless it's for a specific reason. He centers his. You can do that if you want. But the thing that I like is that he breaks it down into really short paragraphs. You don't want to have like really long paragraphs. You want to break it down into complete, concise ideas. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So it's easy to read. And then down here, he picks winners for the competition. So this is a competition that he's done. And then he posts them and then he talks about why. And then he shows the proof of what he gave them. So these are artists that have received money from him. So I like that about Eroded Thoughts because he contributes to the community, gets people involved, makes a catchy kind of easy on the eye post. See, look, there's not a lot of clutter. And that's about it. Oh, and then he talks about he talks about this lion that he had like a brain scan, and then there's this lion that shows up in his brain scan. I thought that was kind of cute, kind of random. So he's doing okay. He's got $8 on his, but he's been going at it for a while. I think probably a year and a half. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to show you is Nicoya. And she's been doing this for, I think, 2 years. And her post today is a poetry post. And she does these regularly, I think every day. So, poetry, day 29. It's called Again. And then she's got this really cool picture. And then the poetry. It's apparently a poetry challenge by this user here at Depends. So you can go and check those out. Maybe you're good at poetry. Then she posts her poem, very simple, and then that's it. Then she's got an invite for the Steam at School Discord channel. So she has her own Discord channel. So she puts that at the bottom of every post. Then a really cool picture. She says where her images are sourced from, and that's it. This is one of her more basic posts, but she does some more complicated ones. One thing I do recommend is on photos that you put the source. We really try not to use copyrighted copyrighted images. If you want to get some good images, you can always go to Pixabay. This is kind of my go-to. I mean, I've pulled from elsewhere, but this one I like to do. So let's see. We're in April. We just had Easter. Let's look up some Easter pictures. So there's some, and they're free. These are free images. They are not copyrighted. So you can use them at your discretion to your heart's content. Got some pretty cute things in here. You're not going to have the breadth of pictures that you'll have with, Shutterstock or places that you pay, but they do have advertisements for them. So you can always go get them if you need to, but I like these. So how you're going to get a photo is, let's say we like these little wooden bunnies. You click on the photo or the image, And then what you do is you right click on the image. And you can either save it to your computer hard drive and upload it somewhere like that you can click from, or I just directly copy it from their page, copy image, and then when you want to make a post, let's just say we're making a post about bunnies, all you do is you paste, and then it shows up. And so that's how you're going to get a good image. But as far as stylizing the post, that's called markdown. And I'm going to be talking about that in another video. And then if you want to come up with a little niche thing you do every week, maybe find something that you know that you will enjoy doing, that you can do consistently, and that's kind of more you and nobody else. Or maybe other people do it too, but you're unique and nobody does it just the way you do. Okay, if you have any questions for me, come over to my Discord channel, Steam It for Boomers, and you can message me or you can write on the general board. I invite any and all to come and join. And make sure you follow because I'll have lots more to come.